Hi, everybody, my MTO family. I have not been on Instagram for a while live or on Instagram TV, and I thought today would be the day to say hello because I wanted to talk really quick about how teamwork makes the dream work, right? That's super, super cheesy, but teamwork, together, everyone achieves more. You're all excited about the future and how dreamy it looks, how beautiful it is. And then you get married, you say your vows till death do us part, and then you decide to have children, and everything's fun and exciting, and the anticipation of building and growing your family, and then the baby comes, right? The baby comes, and you become a parent, and everything, all your expectations and everything that you thought about what parenthood would look like, what your relationship looks like, your marriage looks like, whether you're married or you have like a domestic partnership, everything kind of changes. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I talk to a lot of moms, and actually dads too. I would talk to a lot of moms, and I talk to a lot of dads about their expectations in their relationships and how things change. And a lot of times it's all about how one or the other, and usually it's both, about how they feel really isolated. I mean, do you ever feel isolated? Do you ever feel like your team, they always say there's I and no team, but you just don't feel like you've got this like 50-50 equal participation in the actual team, right? But things change after you have children. And a lot of times there's not a lot of communication and about what expectations everybody has once you bring children into the world, right? So a lot of moms that I talk to feel very isolated. Sometimes they feel very alone in their responsibilities at home, especially a lot of times with the stay-at-home moms, because they are home all the time with their children, and they're doing the child rearing, and they're taking care of all the domestic responsibilities in the household while dad is out working. And I think that as far as the understanding, and the perception of what each other's roles are, there's a major disconnect. And I think that we need to have that conversation that we never had at the beginning about each other's roles are and how we feel about our roles. And we need to be able to sit there and really listen to the other person. I was just on having a really refreshing conversation with a gentleman who has an Instagram page, and it's called Dad Swagger, and it's really cool because you know how I'm all about self-care with moms, and I'm really all about moms taking responsibility and accountability for their own feelings and their own roles and their own actions. This guy on Instagram does the same thing with dads, which is amazing because I've tried to get dads to actually blog on my website in order to kind of give women the male perspective of what's really going on in here. But this guy is on Instagram, and he's got like 17,000 followers, and he's awesome, and he actually talks to dads the way that I talk to moms, which is really amazing. And he posted something today. They kind of piggybacked off what I posted on Instagram yesterday. I posted a picture on Instagram yesterday that said love breeds love. And basically it was all about how when we are getting married and we're saying our vows, and even if you don't get married and you don't say the vows, right? Till death do us part, for which richer or poorer, for better or worse, in sickness and health. Did you really mean it, right? Did you really mean it? Because it was all wonderful and whimsical the day you walked down the aisle, or the day that you guys decided you were going to spend the rest of your lives together, right? Even if you didn't actually get married and say those actual vows, but we're thinking them. And then the kids come into the picture, and then things get hard, right? Things get hard. You can run into money problems. Instead of having two working parents, you might just have one, and things get really tight. Somebody might get sick. Somebody might have, just have health issues. Being a parent can cause like anxiety and depression, and there's so many pressures, right? So do we really mean it when we said those vows, right? So we need to be able to have those conversations with each other and choose our battles. And when we have a discussion about our feelings, and I think it's really, really important to really sit down and have a conversation and talk about your actual feelings and to not point fingers. And being the other person as well in that conversation, we need to learn to listen. We need to learn to listen, and we need to not be reactive. So today I jumped on Instagram and I saw Dad Swagger I saw his post, and it was a really cute post. And it was this young woman, beautiful young woman. She was in this like sexy pink and black skirt top outfit, and she was pregnant, and I think she was like 29 weeks pregnant. And the dad, they both had donuts in their mouths. He was on his knee, and he was shaving her leg, and they both had donuts in their mouth. And then she was holding a sign that said, I believe 29 weeks, and I believe it said teamwork is everything. And it really resonated with me because I thought, man, like back in the day, early on, when you're just starting to have a family, those are like, again, the fun, beautiful, sexy, whimsical, days, and the excitement and the anticipation, and it just looks so much better, right? But I would say for a lot of people, once your baby's born and everything changes, it doesn't look so sexy and whimsical anymore. But what the sign said, it said, teamwork is everything, and teamwork is everything, and we have to remember that. The concept of team, or whatever it was that you had in your mind at the beginning, has probably shifted and changed. And it is so important. It is so important to not forget why you chose each other, why you decided to start a family. And it's so important to sit down and talk about the structure of the team. Change happens, and parenting and marriage and everything that comes along with it is really hard. It's really hard. And I think we tend to argue more about it, right, than to actually like sit down and have a real discussion, a really vulnerable discussion about our feelings, and to actually listen. Your team, the concept, the structure of the team is going to change. It's going to change. It will probably change. It could change year by year, right? Anything could happen at any moment to change the structure of your team. So it's really important to sit down and talk about what that team structure looks like. Because again, it's not always going to be beautiful and sexy, whimsical like it was when you first got together and got married and got pregnant. It totally changes. And I was appreciative of that post on Dad Swagger this morning because it was a reminder. It was a reminder. You look back on the days when things were great and wonderful and amazing and fun, and you're just like, oh, God, I miss those days. You can still have those days. You can still have those days with each other. It's just a lot of work. That is my timeout. 2 Cents Tuesday on Wednesday, because I did not do my 2 Cents Tuesday yesterday, my video. So I had a lot of things going on the last week or so. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful summer. It is August 1st. I'm sure so many of you, maybe summer's wearing off and you're kind of like, I wish my kids would go back to school. You have a few more weeks, but enjoy the rest of your summer, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.